What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today is part number 7 of our Fat Wreck Best Album Bracket. And what we do here, we've randomly generated 2 brackets. We've got 16 total albums we're going to talk about here, and we're going to break it down to 4 albums. And the way that an album moves on, 2 of the 3 of us have to vote for it to move on against the album it's facing. And I am joined, as always, by Hudson Valley hardcore legend, Mr. Lewis, and from DyingScene.com, Dylan, a.k.a. Screeching Bottle Rocket. And guys, we are a late night episode today, late night for me anyway. Got Monday Night Football rolling in the background. So let's get started here. Let's do our first matchup. Couple of heavy hitters. We've got Chabad Religion, never heard it until today, and Tilt, viewers like you, Discord favorites. And Lewis, welcome in, and I'll pass this one to you first. Which of these 2 gems is calling your name today?
I guess I'll go with the one that I can understand the lyrics. So I'm going with Tilt, viewers like you. It's a pretty good album. I tried to give the Shabbat Religion a listen. I don't know. So it was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if anyone has an opinion on it otherwise, but yeah, I'll go with Tilt on this one. Tilt is going to advance for me.
What do you think, Dylan?
I mean, aside from the clever name, Shabbat Religion, however you pronounce it, Chabad Religion, I don't know. It doesn't have a whole lot going for it. So, yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's not something I would listen to again. The Tilt record's pretty good, actually. I think this is one of their better albums. So we'll go Tilt.
See, I was counting on 2 things. I'm like almost positive I'm pronouncing the band name wrong, so I thought one of you guys would.
I think it's like with like a guttural sound.
Like challah bread.
Yeah.
I think it's like the bread.
Chabad Religion. Well, I actually I was listening to it just a few minutes ago, and I had no idea what to expect. And I really like Newer Useless ID, and that's essentially what this is, but it's in Hebrew. So yeah, it's got a fun novelty. I was prepared to vote for it if it came down to a tie. But of the Tilt albums so far, I think this one is the most listenable. So I'm fine with moving it on here. So
I don't take orders from the war room anymore. Now I am my own defender.
Number 2, Good Riddance. We've got a comprehensive guide to modern rebellion, going against Smoke or Fire, the Speakeasy. Dylan, I'll give this one to you first. I think you like both of these bands, so what do you think?
I think I said on the last time we had a Smoke or Fire album, I hadn't listened to it before, so people gave me some shit about that. They said it's something I should listen to. I still have not listened to that other album. I have heard this one before, but I like the Good Riddance album a lot more. I think it has a lot more staying power for me.
All right, Lewis, what do you think?
I do really like the other Smoke or Fire album. This one's pretty okay. But yeah, I mean, it's Good Riddance. I mean, this is pretty low in my tiers. I think I rated this one pretty low, but it's still going to have to beat Smoke or Fire here. So,
Man, so for the second straight time, I would have gone against you guys. I really like this Smoke or Fire record, and this is bottom 2 Good Riddance album. For me, I got shit on in the Good Riddance video, but just calling it like it is, I would have gone Smoke or Fire here. For mostly for diversity too. Just to put that out there. Now we've got a Good Riddance album I like. I think this was in my A tier. Operation Phoenix, first one I had. This is the one I remember driving around with Lewis and Matt, blasting this record. And then we've got Cokie the Clown, You're Welcome. I mean, this is Operation Phoenix all day long for me. What about you guys?
I mean, I don't even think it's a question. I mean, it's like a seminal punk record here versus the Cokie the Clown stuff. I don't even know what to say about it.
I want to know if a single person who voted in the poll voted for the Koki album. To be honest with you, I'm very curious.
The answer is no. I've got the results
And
right.
how many people? How many people contributed to this?
We just put it up, so we got.
Okay.
Let's see. 16 votes. 16 or 17.
0 for 16. I mean, that still speaks volumes.
This wasn't positive. I'm just a mannequin. Whoa, it's not you.
All right. And last one of this side. So, guys, stay tuned. There's another bracket with like Suicide Machines, Frenzel Rom, Flatliners, lots of heavy hitters. We've got Get Dead, their album Bad News. And then we've got None More Black, File Under Black. I'll go first, guys. I am a big fan of the Kid Dynamite, None More Black, Painted Black, Lifetime, all that family of bands. And this is like one of my favorite in that whole family, File Under Black. So this is a big win for No More Black for me. This Get Dead album I thought was all right. I think the one they had like in 2020 is much, much better. But yeah, I'm going None More Black. Dylan, what do you think?
I agree. The Get Dead album, I mean, to be as honest as possible, I think is incredibly boring. Probably the most boring album I've listened to so far as part of this tier list. So
Damn. We've listened to a lot of albums.
I can't get behind it, man. I never got into those guys. I need to listen to their other records, but this one really turned me off of Get Dead. Yeah, Dinners for Suckers is like, I think like the None More Black song.
Yeah.
And that's on this album, so.
It's that one and then the one from the EP. I can't remember what it's called. There's a really good one with like, I don't know. On the EP, I'll put it somewhere if I remember. But Lewis, were you on board with us, or are you a big closet Get Dead fan?
No, I 100% agree. This Get Dead record sucks. I was really bored. Dylan summarized it really well. This No More Black record rocks. We've had a lot of albums from the Real Mackenzies with pirate ships on them, and they all suck. So it was nice to get a pirate ship album that rocks. So we're going File Under Black. So
we had the Caddies album too, Rock the Plank.
Yeah, okay.
So
that one doesn't have pirate ship in it.
It's like a treasure chest or something.
Two for pirates, none of which Real Mackenzies. All right, so let's break this down to two here. For the top matchup looks pretty cut and dry to me. Are we all on board moving Operation Phoenix to round 2?
Yeah, sorry, Discord. It's gotta be Operation Phoenix.
It's one of my less favorite Good Riddance albums, to be honest. It's just, I think I said it in the tier list. I like the melodic side of Good Riddance, and this album's just like all like balls to the wall, like heavy. Yeah. But yeah, I would still pick it over Tilt.
All right. Now this one's interesting.
Yeah.
My vote is None More Black. Like I said, I've got one of my favorite albums by a band or a group of bands versus Good Riddance, who is going to have at least 4 albums, if I'd say, in the next round. I'm okay with this one not making it, but I know you guys. I know Dylan likes it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think here?
This and My Republic are probably tied for my favorite album by Good Riddance. I feel like Lewis is gonna go with None More Black here, so before he makes me feel sad, I wanted to get that out of the way.
What else other than Weight of the World is on this one?
I'm not good with song names, but a credit to his gender. What's the first song? That's Weight of the World. I think Steps is pretty good. Up and Away, Last Believer. Favorite Son. It's a solid album, Lewis. You should pick it.
Sorry, my cat's making noise and eating things he shouldn't be, so I apologize. Yes, Dylan, it was right. I am going to pick None More Black.
Damn.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I like this album more than. Yeah.
Why not a coin flip? Make it interesting.
Well, I actually genuinely like the No More Black album more than this one. I only do the coin flip when I have no feelings. So, yeah, no hate on this Good Riddance, but it is my lower tier, and it's been a while since I listened to this No More Black record, and it was really refreshing to come back to. I really liked it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with No More Black. Let's move it on.
All right, so first two winners, moving along, None More Black, sleeper here, and Good Riddance, Operation Phoenix. We're going to have a brief pause here while we shuffle the board and get our next matchups up. So stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, second half of the bracket is loaded. You can see that stack second side. But we're going to kick it off here with a couple of side projects. We've got Fat Mike Gets Strung Out going against Sundowner, Neon Fiction. Dylan, I'll give this one to you first, since I know you've listened to both of these. We've talked briefly about the Fat Mike album. Which of these are you going for?
Well, one is overly self-indulgent, and the other is the guy's V-neck is way too deep for my liking. So we're going with Chris from the Lawrence Arms. I haven't listened to the whole album, but Cemetery West is better than anything on the Fat Mike Get Strung Out album. So W for Chris.
All right. And Lewis, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, same criticisms, same picks. I love the Lawrence Arms, love Chris. This album's pretty good. It's got to have to advance past Strung Out here. So,
all right, I didn't hate the Fat Mike album as much as I thought. I thought the song picks were interesting, like 1 Million Coasters and stuff. It was okay, but it's certainly not going to hold my attention for a full length. And that may be the first acoustic album that's passed, but I mean, it got an easy matchup at least.
Won't let the darkness catch me this time.
All right, speaking of which, we've got a third straight, I guess you can call it, side project. We've got Tony Sly's Sad Bear going against Discord favorites Tilt, Collect 'Em All. Man, that Collect 'Em All album art is bad. But Lewis, I'll give this one to you first. What are you thinking about these two?
well, I gave Tilt the W in the last bracket, but I don't think it's going to happen again. And I think we're going to get another side project that's going to get the W from me. Sad Bear is going to get my vote to advance on. Not terrible record. It was pretty enjoyable as I listened to it. So I'm going to give it my thumbs up.
All right, Dylan, what do you think?
I like the Tony Sly album, actually. This one and 12-song program are really good. Devonshire and Crown especially is very good. Haven't listened to the whole Tilt album. Sorry, people. The first song's pretty badass, but yeah, I like the Tony Sly album.
All right, I'm with you guys. I don't like acoustic albums, but 12-song program and Sad Bear, I can get behind. I probably those are like two of my top two acoustic albums that I enjoy. So I'm okay with moving it along.
You see that I am flying south for the winter once again.
All right, so let's get to these heavy hitters here. We've got Frenzel Ram, San Souci, and the Flatliners' New Ruin. This album was getting a lot of love in the Discord today. People saying I don't like it, which is not true. I said it's way better than Inviting Light. If you want to talk about a Flatliners album I don't like, it is Inviting Light, definitely. But Lewis, I'll pass this one to you. These are both pretty good albums by their respective bands. I think people want us to do the Flatliners tier list next, so keeping that in mind, which one are you going to pick out of these two?
I tried to give the Flatliners a fresh listen, and I did like this one. It's pretty good. I mean, they fully committed to, like, I don't even know what I describe their sound as now. They're such an interesting band, and I think the tier list will be interesting for the growth of the band. But I'm gonna have to give it to Frenzel. I mean, we're talking like a classic record here. This is one that I actually like from them. I like the New Moon record, but I feel like Frenzel's gonna take the sweep here. But let's see what you guys think.
Yeah, Dylan, what do you think?
This is a very good Flatliners album. Definitely, like you said, an improvement over Inviting Light, even though I do like a few songs on that album. Performative Hours is definitely their best song since anything on Dead Language, I would say. That being said, it's pretty slow. I don't really like slow music that much. I really like Frenzel Rom. And there's a lot of really fucking fast songs on the Frenzel Rom album, so we're going Frenzel, Ball Chef, notable track on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Big improvement from Flatliners on here, but it's probably in my bottom 3 of theirs, and this is an A-tier Frenzel album. So it's moving along.
At least we know the muscle growth band's a fucking pile of shit.
And now this last one here, I know where I'm going, but these are 2 of my favorite albums of the last 15, 20 years. So it's a really tough one, but man, I think I like Cup of Pestilence better. I mean, Revolution Spring, I love that song, Whiskey Well Wishes, and the Caesar one, I'm blanking on that. We don't have this song titles in front of us, but it's a really good album. But I think the Cup of Pestilence is my album of the year, 2023. So I'm doing my vote for Frenzel again. Lewis, I think you're going to go the opposite of me. So just to build some suspense.
Yeah.
Give us your pick.
Yeah, I like the Cup of Pestilence. It's a great record, but I mean, Revolution Spring, this album came out of nowhere for me. I didn't even know the Suicide Machines were recording, and then all of a sudden it was the first new record in 15 years or something. It was and it was like right during pandemic, I think, or right before. So it was wonderful, and I love this record. I almost put this in the S tier for them because I think it's one of the most complete Suicide Machines records. So yes, I'm gonna have to give my vote to the Suicide Machines Revolution Spring.
All right, Dylan, it's going to come down to you. What do you think?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, this is a really good Suicide Machines album for sure. There's probably 3 songs I would say stand out from the rest on here. Mainly Awkward Always is a great song. Man, I got to go Frenzel on this one too. Fantastic album. Sounds a lot like another album we'll talk about at some point, High Vis High T. More straightforward and just like non-stop fast songs. It's even shorter than High Vis, I think. So yeah, W for Frenzel Rom. Second of the video, actually.
Places go to the dogs. Go to the dogs. Go to the dogs. Places go to the dogs.
All right.
This is, people have told me you guys were marks for Less Than Jake. It's going to start being your marks for Frenzel Rom. It's definitely going to be. So
we need to become official Australian citizens if Frenzel runs the tier list.
All right. So let's get this to 2. Are we going to go Frenzel here? I mean,
yeah, it has to be. I would have had a conversation with suicide. It would have been suicide for me, but yeah, it's Frenzel, right? I mean,
Dylan, are you Frenzel?
Yes, sir. And Frenzel Rom, I know you're watching this. You better share the video if we're giving you 2 W's here.
So the Discord had Good Riddance, and Frenzel as the majority. So at least we gave we moved on None More Black, but
you guys fucked it up. We could have had the 2-piece on both of these.
All right. So this is before we update, with the winners, this is what we had leading in. There's two Frenzel in here too. So we got 4 Frenzel ROM records out of 4 out of 20.
Yeah, I've been I think I've been overridden on like 2 of those at least. So don't blame me, guys.
We already voted on high vis. I forgot.
Yeah, I was high T. I was going to say
I think it was so non-competitive of a matchup. I forgot that it was voted on already.
Yeah, we've got 4 Frenzel, and there's a good riddance in here too.
Everybody vote. Everybody tag Frenzel ROM in the video, or send them this video on social media. Be like, here's your number 1 fans, John and Dylan.
All right, and we already did. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. We already did next week's bracket, so we're not gonna do it here. But I'll just read them off because next week is awesome. And just so the guys have a recollection here, the first part is the Lawrence Arms Greatest Story Ever Told versus the Flatliners Great Awake. Then we've got Swingin' Utters Fistful of Hollow versus Avail One Wrench. Teenage Bottle Rockets Sealing the Covers going against Leftover Crack, Citizen Fish Deadline, which is what it is. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes are a drag against No Effects Wolves and Wolves Clothing. Then the rest of this thing is all huge. We've got the Lillington Stella Sapiente against Morning Glory War Psalms. Propaganda Today's Empire Tomorrow's Ashes going against Frenzel Rom Smoko at the Pet Food Factory. No Use for a Name Making Friends against Strung Out. Transmission Alpha Delta. And Lagwagon Hang going against Me First and the Gimme Gimmes Take a Break. So that is coming up in episode number 8. And the second part of that, we may do that one first just for viewer retention. Or the opposite. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but yeah, guys, what do you think of our remaining albums and the ones coming up next? Lewis, I know you have some tough decisions coming up, but what are your thoughts?
Oh, I had the matchup mixed up, and now I feel even worse because it's going to be Propaganda versus a Frenzel ROM album, which the trend indicates that Propaganda's greatest record is not going to advance because you two guys are Frenzel ROM fanboys.
Can they go for 5?
Let's see what happens. Although I know John does like Propaganda. But yeah, I think the rest of these, I like that album at least. The rest of the albums that have remained are pretty good. It's going to be very Frenzel heavy. An all Frenzel final. It's going to be a final Frenzel 4. It's going to be great. So
that's going to do it for this episode here. Make sure you are in the Discord voting on these so we can point them out because next episode, like we said, there's some tough ones. So we may be consulting the Discord, and the next round when we get this to 30. No, it's going to be 64. When we get this to 64 albums, we're going to have all those episodes live somehow, in some way, in some capacity. Haven't figured it out just yet. But yeah, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. We're going to watch some Monday Night Football, and we will see you all next time.
Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas.